EA Sports is proud to bring you coverage of PGA Tour golf. Today from 17 Mile Drive on the Monterey Peninsula and historic Pebble Beach golf links. Rich Lerner, so pleased to be joining you here today, and by my side in the tower, as always, is Frank Nobilo. And Frank, when I look to my right, over the Monterey Peninsula toward the Pacific Ocean, I always think this is what they mean when they sing from sea to shining sea. Pebble Beach never does disappoint.
It has to be on everybody's wish list. I don't really care what level of your standard of play is. The best players in the world want to play here, and I have friends really that just took up the game, for example, like a year ago, and that's always where they want to go. Can I get a round at Pebble Beach?
This one looks right on point.
It was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check, well done.
Yes, very well read. To 1 under now for the day. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab it dry.
Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony, but a great result in the fairway. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
When you find yourself in the fairway on the second at Pebble, you have a great opportunity to take advantage of one of the easiest holes on the course.
Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
So not much more than a tap in there for birdie, and what a start. 2 under through 2 holes. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. And you do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. Absolutely perfect, and a good result as well. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Yeah, not quite enough pace, but that's pretty good. So 3 straight birdies. That might be a little too much to ask for to start the round. It's a par at the third to remain 2 under. With Stillwater Bay on the right, this is Pebble's picturesque 333-yard par 4 fourth. Tee shot could be anything from long iron to driver, but beware of the 9. That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing, high launch angle. That was just about perfect. 4-footer here for birdie. That's as stress-free a birdie as you're going to get on this course. That is well done. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fifth. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, safest play here is to the left center of the green. Boy, that one did not want to slow down at all, and it winds up running right through the green. Now a second to this par 3. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it.
It's a tremendous par 5 here, the 6th hole. Frank, you can plainly see Stillwater Cove on the right. Where do you want to put this tee shot?
When you look at that tee that you're on for a start, Rich, you're 20 yards above, so whatever you hit's going to go at least 20 yards further. So I look at that first bunker, 270, really only playing 250 yards, and then the fairway sloping towards the right. So even a 3-wood for some of the longer players, just something that hits around there, could even be a long iron, it's going to scoot forward. If you get 270 yards out of your tee shot, I mean, you can still reach this par 5 in 2.
Yeah, mission accomplished. On into, didn't fly it all the way there, but got enough release and in good shape. Okay, his fine play continues. He is dialed in as the short birdie putt here gets him to 4 under for his round. Moving on to the 106-yard par 3-7. One of the most beautiful holes in the world. Craggy rocks, blue skies, and the beckoning Pacific beyond. Absolutely breathtaking. This one has a chance to be close.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that. Really, I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Well, Frank, you know he was thinking about making that. Didn't quite get it to go, but he'll be pretty pleased with that, I think.
Yeah, that easily could have raced away, so let's give him a pat on the back.
Well, that'll wind up a par, and it'll keep him at 4 under. Now to one of the most picturesque par 4s in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par 4 anywhere in the world. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Oh, would you expect anything less for the way things are going? Everything is dropping right now, even balls from off the green. The thing about Pebble Beach is it's easy to lose focus, stare off at the horizon, the Pacific Ocean, and all that beauty that surrounds you. But then you remember, all right, I'm playing the 9th hole here. This is one of the hardest par 4s in the world. Pay attention. Yeah, that's it. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
134 yards left to the flagstick today, and the pin on the left portion of the green.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
Could we see magic on 2 straight holes? This another long one for birdie.
Okay, good putt there for his par here at the 9th.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard, but look again on the other side of the fairway and you'll see those 3 bunkers.
That's the kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done.
What a way to start the back 9. That is a tremendous iron shot.
Let's see if he can knock this in. Waits for birdie.
If only they could all be that short. Very well played there. And it results in an easy birdie. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is... that is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. Now from just under 100 yards, he'll stare down his second.
That was a good strike. Took it straight at it, too. That one bounce and check. Well played.
Okay, that nothing more than a tap, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12th. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. Chance now for another birdie.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. Here we are, Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. Oh, that is squeezing every inch of distance out of the golf swing. That was as powerful as you're going to see.
Second shot, good look at the green.
And one of those instances where backspin actually hurts you. Just drew that ball back, but still a chance for the putter to shine.
Just 5 feet left. Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
That's an aggressive layup, really trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
So that maybe not his best of chips, but he'll have that for his par.
You'd expect that to be a little closer from where he was, and that is far from a gimme.
Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that in for a par. You may have heard of the 17-mile drive near Pebble Beach. It's scenic. It is one you absolutely want to put on your bucket list, but you don't want to get there by chasing a tee shot onto the road. That's what can happen if you blow it way right here at 15, if you do keep it in play. At 393 yards, this 15th hole is absolutely one in which you can make a birdie. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. And that'll do just fine. Now this for another birdie. Oh, missed it right. Just didn't have the right line. Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. Now the heart begins to race a little bit because you know you're playing one of the greatest finishing stretches in the entire sport of golf. Starting with a 16th, it's only 400 yards. If you can carry that island bunker, you can jumpstart your run to the house with a birdie 3.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot. That's good technique, and that is right around 5 feet. Not too bad. A 5-footer now for birdie. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie.
Well, here we are, 17th hole, and this is where you can make your mark on the sport. Frank, so much history at this par 3.
It's just a great hole too, Rich. You know, that hourglass-shaped green on the angle. But you're right when you talk about history. You go back to 1972, and this hole played into the breeze. It was a 1-iron for Jack Nicklaus. Said one of the greatest shots he ever hit. Actually hit the flagstick, nearly went in. And, of course, one of my favorites is 1982. Tom Watson had missed this green to the left, and the late Bruce Edwards was his caddy. And they were looking for option green. He's pointing his finger back at Bruce and saying, "I told you so." And then just a few years ago, too, Gary Woodland, he had to chip it on this green and made 3.
The line perfect there. That's in for a birdie. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here, and then you let it rip. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Chance now for another birdie. You betcha. Birdies at 16, 17, and 18 to wrap things up. And that, wow, a 10 under 62. That was a great round of golf right there. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
The course was